for Renekton, of course, especially with Summit on the other side of the Rift.
Yeah, I really like this. Picking up magic damage on the top side of the map as well means that pyosrik's going to be doing a lot of damage. Summit also looking to try and find some magic damage himself, and Mordekaiser might be his choice here. But no, it'll be R5 Renekton. As,
Not fooling me.
Absolutely no one is surprised. Oh, no, it's an on!
We're fooled!
Goodness, we're learning. We're learning. It's beautiful. Effort just trolling the entire Western community as he locks away the on, which is a much nicer choice in my opinion. Does give them a whole host of late game options here on the side of Lift Sandbox. And we're having a look at where all these champions are going. Theoretically, there could be some fancy trading between the set. Yep, pyosrik is like, did I just leash this for the enemy? And the answer is kinda yeah. As we'll see whether he can get back in here as Kingen comes on down. There's the ulti out from the on. As we do have the eye picked up by Leo, and now the flash in. Three-man facebreaker. Oh my god, the haymaker damage was ridiculous as Bao dives on forward. The Acathian Rain is indeed doing that as Leo's going to go down as well. That's a triple kill to start this game off. And it was no action, but that was real exciting.
That was pretty massive. 3 kills all going to the Kai'Sa. Now we get to see if Bao can play like Deft did.
Yeah.
Games number 2 and 3 in our first series. I like the teleport down to the bottom side just to, well, okay, I guess we're not getting any plates. At least the teleport will be forced, but take a look at this team fight. pyosrik, yes, he did leash, but they set up kind of a concave. The Ornalt doesn't get much value, and the Cask pulls 3 people into their team, and that sets up the wonderful engagement. Oh, absolutely beautiful.
It's a 5-man haymaker.
It was perfect, and I love how Bao continues. It just kind of passes the Ornn, who is kind of already dead, and continues on to make sure he can get that action enough to really know. But here we go, a dive.
Yep, big dive here underneath the turret. Becca going to get headbutted into the wall. They are just going to take the turret here as Summit trying to get Kingen out of there. Sulker not going to get knocked up though as Effort has to flash to get himself out. There's the showstopper, and immediately Bao is going to follow up. The AoE is huge. But Becker is still going to fall down. Voidseeker's fantastic there to secure the kill onto the Olaf. And already we're starting to see those troubles that you were illustrating earlier, Valdez. Very hard for Croco to find too much to do other than walk in and soak a bunch of damage.
Yeah, you know, it was like a case of who's diving who here. Who's got the jump on the other side, you know? And it turned out that DRX, wrapping around the left side of the river, they actually got the much better angle there. And
jungle is Croco already pretty low as the explosive cast comes down. Double knock up from Summit, but no one fully committing just yet. Finally, the Ornhorn comes in and Croco locks down the Drake. pyosrik going to be the first focus. Gets himself a big shield and gets over the wall with the collateral damage. Fate gets in there, but just gets blown up by the Graves. And in the meantime, Bao free hitting onto Summit. He's not tanky enough at all. And my god, this Kai'Sa problem is just getting worse and worse for Live Sandbox.
Yeah, again, it was a little bit of like who's getting the jump on who. I want to go to the replay before I mention too much because Becca had a little bit of a.
This is all. It's all put into Samsung, you know. They're like, oh, this is the easy one. As now, finally, they're gonna hopefully try and prove us wrong. As Summit flashes out, but you can't flash away from the killer instinct of Bao, who's going to tidy up the front line of Live Sandbox. This will mean a Baron, because of course we're not going to push in 4v5 or anything like that. We're going to try and take a Baron first. Croco, flash is available as the Voidseeker finds Effort. And Fate trying to clear out the mid lane. Becca in flanking position, but of course we're not going to have a fight for this as Kingen jumps on over, spots out Effort with the ward that they had there placed earlier. And 13,000 gold is the lead. 20. I'm hoping we can get to 20.
Slow and steady wins the race. Just ulting Summit's.
Summit? Be careful, mate. You're not that tanky. Oh, okay. Bao. He's got heal, not cleanse, remember, as there's the Ornhorn. pyosrik flashing away, but does get knocked up. Featherstorm doesn't land onto the Graves, and now, oh my goodness, the Gragas collection system is so powerful. Bao not even going to get taken down there as the wallets are extraordinarily heavy. Summit just going to get bopped. Look at how little damage this Gragas does, but he also takes absolutely none at all. Bao chasing after this Olaf. As, yep, Live Sandbox, they're just going to head towards their fountain and await the inevitable by the looks of things, as Solka trying to make sure that they're not allowed away from their Nexus. Pioshik getting to work on the top inhibitor turret as well, because of course we need to make sure that we get all of the inhibitors, otherwise you can't kill Nexus turrets. That's what DRX think anyway. As, look, you can't fault them. They're still going to win the game. Another beautiful barrel collection system. And also the scat of the week. Absolutely beautiful as Becca gets underneath the turret and secures yet another pickup. This guy's set has been stunning today. As Fate, yeah, back onto the fountain for you, my friend. Another body slam lands. And DRX will tidy this game up at about 32 minutes. Really, really clean stuff. I mean, it was slow, but it was real steady here for the DRX guys, as Pioshik doesn't even die on the fountain.
And there you have it. Slow and steady does win the race sometimes. That was a perfect example. Really, no mistakes from DRX, and that's what you love to see. It's a middle of the pack team that people didn't really have too many expectations for, and I feel like every time I watch them, they look more and more solid, more and more clean. And that's really all you can ask for. Now, they are up against Live Sandbox. I feel like the draft was heavily in their favor. And they just played it out very intelligently. They didn't do anything crazy. They didn't throw their lead, as a lot of other teams might have in that position. And so, yeah, really no complaints. I don't feel like the game was ultra interesting or anything like that, as some of the stats from that game, as you mentioned, very linear. It's just like we're climbing up a slow hill.
It took 11 minutes for anything to happen, Valdez. 11 minutes.
It was, you know, we had a bit of a fun time.
Yeah.
Talking about not League of Legends in the beginning of that game.